Welcome back. Survivors of the mass killing of Armenians by the Turkish state almost a century ago are now old. And for those who want to remember what happened or look for evidence of their previous lives, time is not on their side. For two Armenian sisters, it is an emotional journey back into the past.
Lina has got in touch. It's the news Sirapi and Arpine have been waiting for. Lina thinks she's located their family home. And we're on our way.
I wonder if this is it.
The building she's brought us to is now an art center.
Oh, the stairs. Mom used to talk about the stairs.
But Arpine is not sure and is wondering about a mosque that my grandmother used to say was close by.
My mother was telling about the mosque, but where is the mosque?
Here. The mosque is here. In those days, these buildings weren't here. They were built in the last 20 years. I was brought up in this street. And this building used to be a military recruitment center, where soldiers used to gather before being sent out from here.
We were told that it became a military barracks.
The ladies seem convinced this is indeed their family home. Up those stairs that I've always been told about. But the Italian marble is long gone.
This is a very big house.
This is the first time a member of the Zelveyan family has been to see the house since they fled in fear for their lives almost 90 years ago. From the day Sirapi's mother, father and grandfather left, they've never been contacted about the house. But the sisters are not concerned about anything like compensation. All they wanted was to see the house. The administrator of the art center, Zia, says he's always been interested about the history of the building.
A lot of people have been asking us about the history of this building. Now we will be able to tell them about it. We are truly pleased. These moments are really happy ones. It is fortunate for us and for you that your family's home is being used for a good purpose.
Hem sizin için hem de bizim için ayrıca bir zevk paylaşımı diye düşünüyorum.
Look after it.
Elinizden geldiği kadar.
Put it to good use.
Evet.
By now, Ali from the antique shop across the road has joined us, and the conversation veers towards what happened after the family left the house. Sirapi tells how, as a baby, she and her family fled by boat when the French, who had afforded them a measure of protection, left Turkey for good.
Fransız gemisiyle gittiler.
Yes, we went in a French boat.
Gittik ben de.
I was in it. I was 4 months old. After going round in the boat, looking for sanctuary, we eventually ended in Cyprus. We were kept under quarantine for 40 days because there was so much diseases on the boat.
The two sisters go to Ali's antique shop across from their house. He has a large collection of old photographs of Mersin.
Arka sokak, yoğurt pazarıydı. Şehrin
This is Yoğurt Pazar, round the corner from here.
See, yoğurt pazarı fotoğrafı.
My mom used to talk about yogurt bazaar.
Deridi annem.
İşte annenizin dediği yoğurt pazarı zaten üzerinde.
These photographs are before 1923. They are of the Ottoman period.
23 öncesine ait fotoğraflar.
Annemin
Right now, all my mom's saying are ringing in my ears.
Çünkü siz de camiyi görüyor diyordunuz.
We were lucky to find our house, only because, as Ali tells us, very few of these Ottoman houses are still standing. Case closed. The sisters have found what they were searching for. They are emotionally exhausted. But I need to ask more. I decide to go to Ankara, to the Turkish Historical Society, and ask Professor Yusuf Halacoğlu why Turkey has been denying the genocide so vehemently.
Şimdi soykırım dediğimiz hukuki terim çok
Genocide as a legal term is a very serious accusation. It means carrying out the complete destruction of a nation. It is really a very serious accusation. Without extensive research, without any proof, how can one accept such an accusation?
Şimdi biz Ermenilerle
We lived together with the Armenians for 850 years under Seljuk and Ottoman rule without any conflict. The Armenians didn't forget their customs and religion.
dinlerini unutmamışlar. Peki
So why should we want to annihilate them?
Yani bunu nasıl
Despite this, the Turkish government and the Prime Minister has called for further research about this issue.
Buyurun diyor.
He has asked to go back to the archives and find out what actually happened.
Ondan sonra diyor neyse kabul edelim konuşalım diyor.
So the genocide issue is something which is banned by the state because it is harmful for the Turkish identity.
Etienne Mahjoubian is the editor of the Armenian newspaper Agos. His predecessor, Hrant Dink, was assassinated last year. He says the Turkish state tries to blame the Ottomans, but in fact, the politicians of the new Turkish Republic were involved.
Many people who were involved in 1915 were ministers and ideologues and so on and so forth in the Republic. So if there is a crime, the Republic carried that crime. And for 80, 90 years is saying to his own public that this is something new and we don't have any connection with the Ottomans and so on and so forth. So that's why the state does not want to hear that, and that's why the public is afraid, that there will some harm that may come from that to the state.
Here in this Istanbul cafe, Sirarpi's and Arpine's concerns are on a different level. Related, but different.
Let us be pleased that the house is still there and it is being used. Let them use it. In our last days of our lives, we have seen this. Who can we tell, I wonder? I'm thinking now I will go to London and tell my mom all that I saw. Then for a moment I realize there is no one I can tell. I'm thinking, why isn't she coming over from grave to tell us all about it? I wonder why they didn't have a picture of the house. They were living in such a hurry. How could they think about photographs?
A very personal story from a personal point of view on what remains a raw and intensely divisive subject in Armenia and the rest of Turkey. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time on Witness.